Yeah, it's just shifting. It's just moving a little, but it looks okay. It's good. Yes. Yeah.
Go forward a foot.
What's that?
You can go forward.
I don't want to go forward.
Ah, okay.
Come on down.
Sweet. Mission success. We are officially on the project property to show for about $15,000. You could be totally off grid, and I'll show you how. What do we have invested into this property so far? $3,600 on the property, $2,000 on the whatchamacallit, or $2,500 on the transport. I threw him an extra $500 because One, he's going to do some more hauling for me, so it's worth it. 1,600 on the actual cabin itself, shed cabin. I'm probably going to be 15, 16K into it is what it's looking like. I'm going to do pressure treated. I'm ordering all that now. We're going to be doing pressure treated. The pressure treated is because, where did you go? How do I turn you around? And the pressure treated is going to be set up for the front deck. And I'm going to put a porch coming off the back, porch coming off the front. And with pressure treated, I'm doing pressure treated 2x8s, 2x10s, I'm not sure. And it's going to be 24 feet long, the front deck, the back deck. Only the back is going to be 8 feet coming off the back. The front will be, I'm aiming for 12. And then I'm going to run my beams along this guy. And I'm probably going to do 4 of them. I'll go, every 8 foot, something like that. And then just run 24 foot long, 2x10s, 2x8s for the deck. My idea with this property is to show on how you can be completely self-sufficient. You don't need these massive tracks, which is nice. And I would love to live out here, but we're Frum Jews, Orthodox Jews. So more importantly, it's best that we have to live in the city. This is just projects that I like to do, kind of investing also, but it's to show many others who aren't Jewish, who can live off grid, and we can live off grid also. We're looking at some stuff, some projects going on in Israel. We are potentially doing some here in America, but it's an ever-changing situation, as most Jews know here in America, even non-Jews. It doesn't take much to figure that out. So the plan is we would, if we stayed in Arizona, which it looks like we're not, we're going to be in Israel. The idea would be is we could do a community like this. I can tell you, to anybody, it doesn't matter, there is across the country plenty of these 2.5 acre properties. You can go up to 40, however big you want to go. People could still have their individuality. You can be a family, a father in his 50s and he's got a couple sons or whatever. You can be completely independent as a family unit, buy parcels right next to each other and help each other build. And I'm looking at that right now. I mean, out here, out this door, as you can see. I mean, this, like, air quotes, neighborhood that I'm in is nothing but 2.5, 5s, some acre and a quarters, and 40 acre parcels where you could do the same thing. And there is people who live out here actually just out that way, straight ahead. Might see some of it. They're out on acre and a quarter and 2.5 acre parcels. And everybody that you wanted to live with you would still have their own parcels, their own individuality. And this raw land you could turn into something very, very sustainable, very, very healthy, and very, very nice to live in. So that is kind of the shtick that I see with this place. But again, this is the plan. This is where I'd want to be. Actually, I'd want to be at the main parcel, or the main 40 that I've got. But this isn't too bad. I could live here also, 2.5 acres. You got no neighbors. No one's out here. There's so many abandoned places. People have a dream to go out and do it. And all you got to do is just do it. It's not that hard. It really is not that hard. All you got to do is just follow through. And I think that's the biggest problem with people in prepping. It kind of becomes a lifestyle, not to prep, to talk about it, not be about it. And then what happens? They just wasted a ton of time, money, and energy into these properties, and they just abandon them. It's insane. I see it. I mean, I'm going to go check out some other places here in a minute just to kind of see what we're working with. But it's never ending. I see these things all the time. I see these properties abandoned all the time. It's kind of sad because you can see there was a lot of money put into it, and you can get them. If you shop around and look around, you can get stuff for, as they say around here, a song and a dance. There's a lot of cheap places, even now in this market, that are, that are pretty inexpensive, especially if there's any kind of building structure on there. And yeah, rats and stuff get into it. But what's a couple gallons of bleach, spray bottle, brand new cleaning equipment? You're in it for $100, and a good shop vac to get everything cleaned out. Gut out the carpet or whatever it is that you don't want in there, and you can start fresh. It doesn't take much. It just takes a little bit of elbow grease. And I'm running a company full time, and my guys are working every single day. And I found the will to make it work. Before I came up here, it was a blessing, Baruch Hashem. I get a call. One of the guys calling sick, as we know they do, and they always do it at the most inconvenient times. So I'm down a guy, so I have to get over there to help him with this unit install that we're doing. I'm in and out, hour and a half just to get the bulk of the problems. Crane was there, the whole thing. 2 cranes in one day. One for this shed, one for the AC liftoff that we did. And what happened? It ended up working out that it took the driver to get this thing up there so long that I was able to play catch up and still get the work done and get the work done up here. All it takes is commitment. And I think that's the biggest problem for a lot of people. You just have to commit yourself. So that's pretty much it. I think I'm pretty excited about this project, as I said. So that's going to be coming up here in the next few months. And then I think we could pour some concrete because, like I said, I'm going to put this up on cinder block, fill it with concrete, level them out, level this thing out, get it up about 18 inches, 24 inches up off the ground. And as I said, you'll have this massive, beautiful front back porch, very cozy place. And what I would really like to do is what I'm thinking is you would have, I can move all that, but let's say the kitchen's over there. Now let's say kitchen's right here because the door is right there, which I'm not sure how I'm still thinking about it. Regardless, right here is where you're putting the wood burning stove. You put a potbelly stove there. Yeah, make the kitchen over here, right when you walk in where that door is. I put in a nice door here also, maybe a double door, I'm not sure. And right there is your bed. I mean, it's pretty livable, especially if you're a retired couple or you just want a place to bug out to, or you want a place just to get out of the city on the weekends. You can be out here and live very comfortably. And no one's around. You can go quad riding for days, hiking, the whole thing. There's no shortage of places to stay. But for now, Tomer with Kashrut Preparedness, out for now. Also, another thing to think about. People sit there and say they don't have the money. If you had to, you could pitch a tent, check out the property. It's not a big deal. Especially nowadays, they got these like wall tents for a couple thousand, even less. You could come out here. You don't need to work as much, technically speaking. As long as you have a reliable vehicle. It doesn't have to be brand new. When I say reliable, maintaining is everything. Again, that's a lifestyle choice. Just like coming out here. It's the same thing. Come out to a place like this. The initial shock, I'm sure the first week, for your body to acclimate would kind of be a big deal. But I'd have to say, man, in the big picture, it wouldn't take very long, especially if you living out here and if you have the building material or some of it to just get you out of the elements. A lot of you already have camping equipment. You could do it very easily. And 6 months would go by and you would have a completely different life. Some would say even less, but let's even say a year. What's a year? Because what I find a lot of times is people will say these things and a year will go by and they're still in the same location in life. Don't be that guy. Definitely don't be that guy. But I mean, in the big picture, as you can see, where's this thing? Whatever. Look at that. That's what you can have in a matter of good time. Anyone can have it. So can I. But, I've got to work, so I've got people relying on me. But I technically have it. So when you're able to make these things work, and it's great for children and their development, it's great to get out of the city, and enjoy that view. That's Antelope Valley. There's the Peach Springs is down this way. And the Halupai Native Reservation is right over there. And then just beyond that mountain range is the Grand Canyon. I think as the crow flies, like 30 miles, something like that. So, as I said before, not a big deal. Totally doable. And just look, you have that. I know it's not much to look at right now, but the potential and the follow through is everything.